just a quick introduction because I don't actually have an intro yet. And so there's a contest going on right now at the time of making this video. So go check that out. Prizes to be won. Basically just make an intro video with some cool graphics, maybe me and the other Dan's face or cartoons or whatever. I'm open to all suggestions. And also a logo in the bottom left here to go throughout the whole bat rep and obviously to be known for. And so without further ado, let's watch the bat rep.
Welcome, Wargamers. This is my first battle report on my channel, Codex Dan. Enjoy the beard while you still can. I am here with
Mike.
Hi, Mike. How's it going?
Good.
It's a bit loud in here.
Yes, a little
There's
bit.
a lot of people. Here's a quick overview. Busy night. Well, every night is busy. It's awesome. Anyway, so we are playing Cygnar versus
Cryx.
35 points. What objective are we playing? What season is
We are playing Rally Point.
Rally Point.
So the two 12-inch zones and the two objectives.
It's gonna be fun. Who's gonna win?
Me.
Nope.
Yep.
And starting off are our dirty little nasty Cryx. Well, it's just who they are. Okay, I'm not judging. It's pDenehgra with a Ripjaw, a Death Ripper, Stalker, and Nightmare. With a Scarlock, little attachment, and we got a full unit of Bane Knights, a full unit of Mechana Thralls with 3 Brute Thralls, and a Necrosurgeon to bring them all back to life. Well, it's sort of bring them back animated. I don't know. Okay, we got pCaine for Cygnar, and he has a Hunter in his battle group. I don't know why he's all the way over there. It's Hunter. They just run off. And we got the Black 13th, a unit of Arcane Tempest Gun Mages with UA with a Charger attached to them, Jack Marshall, and then we have a full unit of Blazers, full unit of Storm Guard, and that will be the 35 points of Cygnar. Here's a scenario. Is Rally Point, and so we got those 2 zones. If you dominate the closest one, you get 1 point. Dominate the further one, you get 2 points, and you can destroy the enemy objective for 1 point. But the fun part of the scenario is if you dominate the objective, you can actually teleport it 4 inches, and then it can dominate the zones for you. But anyway, Cygnar turn 1. Very simple turn here. We allocate 1 focus to the Hunter, and he runs up to the wall. And then the Tempest Blazers, they run up as well. Just getting in a position here because clearly everything's at a range, being first turn. And basically everyone runs up just about as far as they can. The great thing about the Storm Guard is that they do have ranked attacks, and so you can see right through them. And Cain casts Snipe on the Blazers just in case the Cryx doesn't move up enough. But let's see what they do. So pDenehgra allocates 1 focus to Nightmare, 1 focus to the Death Ripper, and 1 to the Stalker. And it's a turn of running again. So the Bane Knights kind of run up, kind of spread out, but Electro Leaps can bounce 4 inches, so it won't help them that much. Then the Death Ripper runs up. pDenehgra advances up, casts Scourge for 4 through her Arc Node into the Hunter, and so it's quite short, and so it can't scatter very much. And it misses, of course, but it doesn't scatter far enough, and so it does knock the Hunter down and does no damage. But then the Scarlock, he is able to walk up and he can cast spells, and so he casts Parasite, and so I get Crippling Grasp, sorry. So I get the -2 speed, strength, defense, and armor, and can't make run or special attacks. And then Nightmare runs up as well, getting in position for next turn. And just same for everyone else. Ripjaw advances up, Stalker runs up to flank, getting into the zone, to start contesting at least, and all the Mechana Thralls running up. And then the Necrosurgeon, what I didn't know is that you can get corpses from anywhere within 5 inches of anyone in the group, and so that's why it's good to spread them out. Good to know. Cygnar turn 2, I allocate 2 focus to the Hunter and use 1 immediately in the maintenance phase to stand him up. The Blazers, I drop Snipe because I clearly don't need it. And so I start shooting. I'm using Electro Leap because POW 10 compared to POW 10, Weapon Master. But you get the 2 POW 10s if you hit, and they only need a 5 to hit them. So I am slowly whittling away at them. Some Electro Leaps are doing okay, but I need a 7 to kill them and I think a 5 to hit. And so I am taking them out. Again, this is on the 3rd guy now. I could roll a little bit better, but about half of the damage rolls I roll should kill them. But I allow for my lucky rolling, which of course is always amazing, as anyone can attest who has played me. and I am able to actually wipe out a bunch of them. Hitting the last one, not able to killing him, but with the Power 10 Electro Leap to the guy right beside him, I am able to wipe one more off the board. So just a little bit more than statistical, and a great light cavalry move that everyone loves so much when facing these blazers. They're able to fall back out of danger. The Storm Guard then do a charge run order. 2 guys charging the Brute Thrall, because, well, nothing else is in range, and then everyone else running up. Again, these guys are great because they have rank attacks and they have Electro Leap, so especially good against Cryx because of all their high defense infantry that they often bring, and their high mat 7. And we forgot about Prey. So Nightmare, he finally woke up fully. You know, he was running around, but you know, when you wake up in the morning and you just don't know what's going on. So he finally decided to choose his prey, which was the Charger. I think Mike did that out of generosity because it's a little unfair to choose your prey in mid-game. But anyways, we do kill the Brute Thrall and do a little bit damage to the one little jack there. Caine decides to move up and start shooting. Manages to be in range and hit the Scarlog, which is amazing, and able to just kill him. So that's a huge victory right there. And then taking a second shot against one of the Bane Knights and able to decisively smoke him. And the 2 focus remaining, he teleports back to safety. Well, relative safety. You're never safe in this game. The Hunter moves back just a little bit. You normally move 6, only 2 with Crippling Grasp. Decides to take a shot into the Ripjaw. Boosting the hit, does manage to hit, and with his armor piercing, luckily, able to do a little bit of damage. It all adds up in the end. Oh yes, I cast Snipe on the Tempest Gun Mages when Caine activated, and so they're able to have that 14-inch range. Unfortunately, they can't combine the Snipe with the other Snipe, but they can use their critical Brutal, and which I am doing for all of them. But I start wiping out these Mechanothralls. Again, POW 10s can, unless I'm rolling double ones, I'm basically killing them. And I only need I think 5 or 6 to actually hit them as well. So the corpse tokens are adding up quite quickly. But now I'm going to try to take out these Bane Knights because, again, they are the much bigger threat than the Mechanothralls, in my opinion. And I am getting lucky here. I do need only 5s to hit, but I need 7s to kill. Or, yes. And just barely killing another one. And this leader is moving around, getting killed over and over and over again. That's what happens. And I do need 7s to hit those guys because they are behind a crater. So they get that +2 defense from concealment. The Black 13th advance up, and Ryan does her big Mage Storm, and my, oh my, there are a lot. Look at that little, I love this little doohickey thing that from Advanced Deployment. FYI, Advanced Deployment, I'm talking about you. I'm getting you more sales. Just saying. If you want to send me anything, that'd be great. But this is AoE 4, and so before measuring, I probably should have rolled the hit, but I did hit. I needed a 6, and basically all of them die automatically, and this guy too. And all the corpse tokens. And so since I do not want those corpse tokens to be used, well, I use Snipe on Lynch in the back there, but I miss. Luckily there's one guy left, and I always forget his name. He's useless. He grants Prowl, meh. But he does hit using brutal damage and able to take him out with all those corpse tokens, basically rendering the Necrosurgeon unit useless. The Charger decides to stand still using Snipe, and so he's effective Rat 8, only needing a 6 to hit, and then POW 12 only needing, I think, 4 to kill. Does manage to take out the Bane Knight, and replace it with the leader. And then he uses the Jack Marshall ability to buy another attack using Snipe again. And Jacks on Gun Mages are just awesome. So able to fully utilize that rate of fire too. And so Cygnar turn 2, just take a moment here to realize how much of the Cryx army is destroyed. It is definitely an uphill battle from here, but Nightmare is Nightmare, so we're gonna have to see. Cryx turn 2, the upkeeping Crippling Grasp, and then allocating 3 focus to Nightmare, and 2 to the Stalker, I do believe, yes. And so we're starting off with the Stalker, quite easy, just advancing up 7. It looks like he moved 9, but that's the fun part about the camera, you get these weird angles. And so he's just barely able to engage Ryan. He does attack and kill, what's his face? Again, I don't even want to look up his name, I'm not going to do it. But then he attacks Ryan. Ryan is very important, but that's of course why he misses. I mean, she dodges, of course. She dodged, that's why. And then these little necrosurgeon golems, they look so hilarious. I love that. So he designates one as the leader, and the one guy is way out of formation, and so he does fail his leadership, so he can only run next turn. And if he does move at all, it has to be directly towards the other grunt / leader. The Ripjaw moves up, or the Death Ripper moves up and kills one of the Storm Guard, and then inch by inch by inch. What? You gotta have accurate movement. The Ripjaw then moves up and misses, unfortunately. pDenehgra then advances up her 7. And surprise, surprise, we got a little jig. I mean feat. She feats. And hits everybody except the Tempest Blazers, and so her crazy feat that gives -2 to basically everything. And then she's actually able to be in range and attack a Storm Guard and gets a soul. That never happens with pDenehgra, which means she will get 1 extra focus next turn, which can turn out to be a really big deal. Nightmare starts his rampage just attacking. Everyone's at -2 defense. First his tusks, he has 3 initial attacks. And then his claws with reach. 1 hit at +5 now because of the stacking, -4 armor now. Takes out half of his hitboxes in 1 hit. His second hit almost takes out the rest of them. We're down to just his movement left. At least his defenses, no, Mat 8 just destroys him. And he is wrecked. There's a few more focus left on him, so he decides to buy an attack against the Storm Guard beside him, and clearly eliminating him. And then 1 more attack on the Storm Guard to his left, and destroying him as well. A good healthy turn for Nightmare. The Mechanothralls and Brute Thralls do a run order, and they move up, and it's kind of with the forest. He decides to risk running through the Mage Storm, but I roll a 10, and it was dice -2. 8 damage, completely wipes out that Brute Thrall, unfortunately for the Cryx. So I only get 4 focus this turn because of Withering. pDenehgra's feat takes out 2 of them. And so I cast Deadeye, then walk over 5 inches. And since I probably should have shot at Nightmare or whatever, but I decided to cast Teleport and just end my activation, flying all the way over into the forest. But also, if I can eliminate the models in the zone, I will dominate. And so I then start attacking with the Arcane Tempest Gun Mages. They have Deadeye on them, so you get to roll 3 dice, and if I do get a critical, I'm using Critical Brutal. And so I'm getting critical after critical after critical, but unfortunately my damage rolls aren't, well, my damage rolls, when I do get a critical, I barely get any damage in. When I don't get a critical, I'm rolling like double 6s here, or a 10. So it's a little amusing here, but some pretty good damage, I would say a little above average rolls, and able to whittle Nightmare down. But the thing is, I have not eliminated any of his systems. Now I do have to get nice and close because he does have stealth, and so I'm just within 5 inches. Otherwise I would have stood still with my my charger, but I do boost from the Jack Marshall ability and able to just do a few more damage. But again, nothing is disabled at all in Nightmare, which is bad news bears because he can do so much damage. And I'm just out of 5 inches, so the blazer shot misses. And so the rest of the blazers are going to start shooting at the little Necrosurgeon Golem. And I need 7s to hit because of his high defense. And I miss, and just barely hit. Actually, I rolled 11. It was a nice, solid hit. Managed to kill him and Electroleap into the Brute Thrall. Actually roll really well again and do, I think, 5 damage? Yes. Little Wimpy marker. And so the last one shoots into, but he's engaged. And so I do miss trying to hit him. Even with the -2 defense, I only roll 3 to hit, so I do miss him as well. The Storm Guard then activates, only can move 3 inches because of that silly feat. It's okay though, it's okay. We're basically where we need to be. And everyone is just in formation. Then I start attacking the Brute Thrall. Well, I hit and I roll really well, and it's eliminated. Or, oh no, I barely did not hurt him. That's what it was. And then, but the second guy takes him out in fine fashion, and the next guy attacking the Ripjaw misses, but he needed really a lot. And then I get a shot because I hit with 2 of my guys, and it deviates a little bit, but it's dice minus 10 on the Ripjaw. Oh, only a 9. And then dice minus 8 on the little guy. This is my first time that I've actually remembered to shoot the little electrical blast with them, so I was pretty proud of myself. Ryan is engaged by the Stalker, so I don't want to risk a free strike, especially with the negative defense right now. And so I move over with Lynch, and I do brutal damage, shoot with a gunfighter, and do exactly 1 damage to the 4, which takes out Nightmare's Cortex, which is a huge sigh of relief for me, because now he can't, you know, go ghostly or, you know, do trample power attack. Just all the things that he could do to just ruin my day, I was able to eliminate, and so that's super fantastic. And then I do a few damage to the Stalker with Ryan as well. And that's about it for... Oh, one less. That's about it for Cygnar. So I end dominating the zone. I get 2 control points because it's the opposite control zone. And so pDenehgra gets her 6-7 focus now, or 8 focus rather. And so she decides to camp it all. The Ripjaw advances up, attacks Stormguard. This is 1 attack, misses. And the Mechanothrall then attacks, or walks up, well, both of them, 2 that are left. I was able to kill a lot of them. But he misses with the first attack, or no, he hits, but it was dice minus 4, which does nothing. And then the second attack does hit, and only needing a 5 to kill, is able to take out one of my Stormguard, which is good because now, oh no, then attacking Lynch, needing 9s, I do believe. Something very high. And doesn't manage to get it. pDenehgra then advances up. He's got a little tricks under his sleeve, methinks. Now he can't contest because it's a Warcaster for the dominating, but then casts Scourge onto my Tempest Blazer, needing actually a lot to hit, misses, but with the Scatter, just moves over just a little bit and does manage the AoE 4 to just barely clip pCaine, we decided, so he is knocked down. And then she casts Venom. And now normally you'd only be able to cast 1, but because she has 8 focus this turn because of that soul, she can cast 2 of them. So this is a risky maneuver, but as you can see, the attrition game is definitely not going in Cryx's favor. And so also rolling against the Blazer, managing to hurt him a little bit, not able to kill him. And the second one, hitting the Blazer again first time, manages to hit and kill. Not too bad. And then pCaine does manage to hit him as well, and then double 6s on damage, able to bring him down to only 2 hitboxes left. Barely anything. And he's corroded. If he just had done 1 more damage, it would have been a very scary situation. But the Death Ripper walks up, tries to hit Ryan, and then the Stalker was thinking of taking a free strike, thought better of it, and then does his 2 initials, misses Ryan both times, because Ryan, well, she's awesome. And then poor little Stormguard getting eaten by Nightmare, not a chance. And then his other initials attacking against Lynch, misses. No, he does hit and clearly kills. And here we are. Oh yeah, so ending the turn, I go up to 4 control points, and so it's my turn 4. Corrosion does not go out, which means I go all the way down to 1 hitbox. And then I camp on my focus, and so just for emphasis here, Death Star CRA into the pDenehgra. Luckily I can see through stealth, so I don't have to get closer at all. And I do hit a terrible damage roll though, but I do manage to take out a little over half her hitboxes. The Tempest Blazers then advance up, all trying to get within 5 inches. And I am a little bogged down. Maybe I should have moved some of the Arcane Tempest Gun Mages. Retrospect, you know. I do hit with the second guy, using, of course, brutal damage. And rolling, I rolled a 4. And so I do no damage. And needing 9s, I do miss with the other ones, and not able to do any damage. pCaine stands up and then realizes that he can just shoot to his heart's content. However, pDenehgra does have stealth, so despite boosting the hit, I try to boost damage, but then realize, no, I cannot actually hurt pDenehgra. But that's okay, because I can just stand still, and so I just decided to end the game here. I do go up to 5 control points, would be 6 if I was allowed, and that is a good game. Cygnar, turn 4, takes the victory through scenario, and so I thought that was pretty great. And so a good game indeed, victory handshake, we all had fun, that's the most important thing. And just to check, just to see if Caine would have died from corrosion, we'd end up rolling because, well, you gotta know. And he dies. And so, although I won the battlefield, pDenehgra is still alive and somewhat healthy, and Caine is dead.
Well, thanks guys for watching. More battle reports coming your way, and tell me what you want. It's gonna be good. Happy wargaming.
Yeah.
Pamplemousse.